Right. Hey up, and welcome to my first video on our CSP for television, which is Deutschland 83. Now, by now you should have written your television research essays, and at the moment only 2 have been sent to me, so please make sure that we're sending me the work, otherwise I'll have to email your parents, which I don't want to do, frankly, so come on, let's get with it. If you need a little bit more time or you're a little bit stuck, send me an email. It's perfectly reasonable. Now, this is quite a short video because basically what you really need to do is watch the program. So this is one of our CSPs, the other being Capital, and just a little bit of information. It's German, so you will have to watch it with subtitles unless you are German speakers. And it's set in obviously 83, and it's set when East Germany controlled, Soviet Union controlled East Germany, which I'm not too sure you will know that much about unless you are a history buff. You may have done it in school previously, but we'll be talking a little bit more about that later. But just a bit of context. It's from 2015, so I'd make a note of that. And it's obviously was aired in Germany. Now, it was also a German and US co-production. So AMC, who also made Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Sons of Anarchy, Mad Men, also produced the film. It was also produced by Sundance TV and RTL. Now, RTL is the German TV network. It wasn't very successful when it first came out, and we'll talk about this later when we talk about the industry, but now it's been considered a bit of a sleeper hit. It wasn't very successful in Germany at all. It's been more successful here. And there's been a second series, so 86 came out a couple of years ago, it was okay, and there's been a third one which they're announcing to come out the next year or so. So if you like this, then you've got way more to get through. So basically, we only have to watch the first episode for the TV module because watching the entire series is very cumbersome. So the first episode is called Quantum Leap, and you can find it on Channel 4. On all 4, the link is included in the PowerPoint. And when you're watching, it's about 50 minutes. I basically just want to make some notes. What style is it in? So can we talk about them? Because this is just media language at the moment. So how does it differ from any other programs that you've seen or similar? Is it like the American shows you've seen? Is it like British programs? Or is it quite different? What camera do they use? What sounds? What colours? Use that media language. Try and remember some of those camera angles. Also, just to get a bit of narrative in there, can you use props character types? So can you identify the hero, dispatcher, villain, etc.? Go through them. And if you're unsure about people's names in the programme, go onto IMDb and they'll all be listed there. And also, what genre would you define it as? So what genre do you think this programme is? And if you want to do a little bit more, maybe consider how it's conventional or unconventional of that programme. So once you've watched it and you've made a few notes, I also want you to be a bit more specific. So I want you to choose a sequence in the first episode, which is about 2 to 5 minutes, whichever scene you want, and I want you to really analyse it. And I want you to basically look about how the media language creates meaning in the scene. So this can be down to the mise en scène, the camera angles. Is there a low angle shot that means something? Is there a high angle shot that means something? How does it work as a sequence? And then also talk to me about the mise en scène. So that's costume, set design, etc., etc. We all know this. How does that help us to understand the program, and what does it tell us about the characters? So I would say you need about 3 points, and I'd like you to write these in a written piece, a bit like an essay, and I'd like you to send it to me by the 18th of May, because ultimately you cannot spend, because the TV questions will be a lot of the paper, and you can't spend the entire time talking about the entire episode. It's too much. So finding one scene which you know really well and can analyse will be really successful and really helpful for you to just refer to in your notes and revise. Now, also next week we are to have a meeting, and I'm going to treat it a bit like a seminar. So this is perhaps if you went on to do media at university or any other such things. If you read something, you watch something, we'll then discuss it. Because the episode has a lot going for it. It's great. It's a good show. And I want you to bring your notes. So we're going to talk about it next Monday, see what's going on, and just generally catch up. So you are required to watch the programme, you are required to make the notes, and you are required to do the work. So please send that through. Any problems, send me an email as always. I am very not being too strict about this, but I do want to see some work now. And also enjoy watching it. So that's been my video, very short and sweet, but there you go. Ciao.